There's just something missing. And when you're expecting a luxury stay, that's what you want. Hi, this is Kathy from Tasty Itinerary. I'm here to talk to you today about our experience on the retreat on the Celebrity Beyond. We booked this cruise many months ago. Originally, I had booked the Norwegian Viva. We had to change it due to work schedule not working out. So we found the itinerary on Celebrity Beyond and I was ecstatic. It's a new ship, everybody's talking about it. I usually do not chase the new cruise ships, although I really do like to stay in brand new ships, but I'm all about the itinerary first, ship second. I booked one of the best balconies. I wanted a complete view. I knew it was an infinite veranda. I was okay with checking it out. But then a few months before our cruise, the retreat started to sound pretty good. We've cruised the Sweet Life on Norwegian before in the Haven, and I figured the retreat couldn't be that far off from that. It's also our 21st anniversary, and I figured, why not? Let's upgrade. So we did. We upgraded from the balcony we had to a sky suite, which was super exciting. So let's get into what are the benefits of the retreat. So the retreat is like a hotel within a hotel, or let's say hotel within a ship. You get access to the retreat lounge, access to the retreat's private sun deck, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Lumin. Lunch is only on sea days, but what's nice about their menu is that it's not the same every day. You get priority embarkation and disembarkation. You get priority tender, which is great. A retreat concierge, retreat host and team for the sky suites. Anything above the sky suites. The celebrity suites and above, those get a dedicated butler. You get also premium beverage package included and the premium Wi-Fi package included with your retreat cruise fare. So if you book before October 4th, 2023, the retreat also got prepaid gratuities and then a significant amount of onboard credit. For us, it was $1,000 of onboard credit. Anything booked October 4th and on no longer gets prepaid gratuity or any onboard credits. I mean, unless, your travel agent, if they have some sort of promotion, that doesn't automatically come now with your retreat stay, which is a bummer. Let's dive in to the retreat. So first I'm gonna start off with embarkation day. We were embarking in Civitavecchia, and embarkation on the retreat was easy. There was a separate lounge. You went up. It was like a VIP room. You checked in at the front, meaning like they wanted to check your name on their iPad to make sure that you're listed. Then they had you take a seat and they came by and they checked you in while you just relaxed. They had a beautiful bar with beautiful snacks laid out. We weren't escorted on. Like I said, we weren't escorted on, and not that I need to be escorted on, but past luxury stays on a cruise, we were escorted on. You got to bypass all the lines. I just remember going, well, it's nice. We have a great view as you got out of the VIP lounge. We had a great view of the ship, and you could see that further down. That's where everybody else was going through, but you ended up merging with the same people. When it came to priority embarkation and disembarkation, that was great, minus not being escorted. The other days at port, there was no priority lines for the retreats. And we did have a tender port, which I believe, would have been great because they do priority tender. However, we never got to use it because our stop in Montenegro was canceled due to weather and windy. It was not a nice day. So Captain Kate made the call and it was the right call. Let's talk a little bit about our Sky Suite cabin. If you haven't watched our tour, I suggest you watch it. I loved that cabin. I mean, we loved it. My husband and I loved this cabin, and the layout is just amazing, and it was so spacious for both of us. Maybe a little bit too much space from what we're used to in a balcony cabin, but we just loved it. And for 10 nights, we just felt right at home in our Sky Suite. Bed was comfortable and it faced the balcony, and you had this beautiful view of the ocean every morning. And I think it's just the layout. It's really the layout. And of course the bathroom was big and it was beautiful and it was just nice. And for us it's a treat because we live in a small home and we're climbing over dog beds in our bedroom and our bathroom was not it's half that size of the Sky Suite. So this was a very nice treat for us. We would absolutely book the cabin again, but the retreat, I'm not sure, but we can't book it without the retreat. I mean, the Sky Suite is part of the retreat. The retreat host and its team. You know, the team consists of your retreat host, which is your cabin attendant, who now has the title name retreat host, and the butler. The butler did come by and introduce himself on day one and basically said, yeah, I am the butler for decks 10 through 12. Great. He doesn't do much but office work. He doesn't do what dedicated butlers would do. Their responsibilities have changed. We have to ask our retreat host for anything we want. Now, they make it sound special, retreat host and team, but in reality, and then part of your team is concierge, which you already get. And the concierge was great. Every time we went to them, they were very nice and helpful, but we didn't really use them much besides a few errors that we had with our account, and to ask them a couple questions. The Lumin, that is the restaurant, a dedicated restaurant to passengers. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Lumin, but let me clarify. Lunch is only on C days, but what's nice about their menu is that it's not the same every day. Every day it's a different menu. In the Lumin, that's when we felt the most taken care of. The service in the Lumin was by far the best that we've had in a long time. And they really took care of you, except the back of the house. You can't blame the errors of the back of the house to the front of the house. And I have to say, the back of the house needs work. Food came out most of the time warm or cold. Not cold. I shouldn't say cold, like tepid. And the food wasn't all that. I felt like a lot of the dishes, they were just trying too hard to make something look, or make it bring it into another level of what is expected from the retreat, but yet what you tasted was just not, it just didn't compute. And so I didn't care for the food on Lumin that much, except for a few things. In general, the food wasn't something that I came back and went, oh my God, I need to be back there to eat. The best meal we had was at Eden on Celebrity Beyond. That was a specialty restaurant. Also part of the retreat is the retreat lounge. And it's just another area of the ship, like a lounge. It's a lounge area with its own bar and snacks that they put out throughout the day, morning, afternoon, and some at night. And a place you can go, have a conversation, grab some cocktails, or speak to the concierge. And only retreat guests has access, and I believe Zenith members of Celebrity. It is a nice, quiet area, very pretty with beautiful views. It has a nice, clean bathroom, and the bartender there was great. However, we didn't spend much time there, as we'd rather have spent it elsewhere. On Celebrity Beyond is a beautiful ship, and we just loved areas like the Eden bar and the Martini bar. In the retreat lounge, there are these fridges that you go in and you can grab Pellegrino sodas and things like that and bring them up to your room, and we used to always stop by to grab some Pellegrino to go. Now, the retreat sun deck was one of our favorites. We didn't get to enjoy it as much as we like because the weather was kind of iffy on some days, but we did have a couple of sea days, and one of the sea days we had some beautiful weather, and we spent the whole morning there just relaxing, and it was quiet. There was always plenty of seating. It's nice because if you have a packed ship, you can get away at the sun deck, find a little spot. You did have service there. A waiter would come around to take your drink orders and bring that to you, and they would come around with fruit plates, fruits on a stick, and there was also the bar. There was a couple hot tubs, a nice pool that you could take a dip in. So didn't enjoy the fact that it was all it was connected in its own way, but also disconnected. It's a separate area of the ship, but at the same time it's not. One deck you had to go in for the lounge, another deck for the sun deck, and then the Lumin, and it was like different ways to access it, which is fine, but I just didn't feel like it was like inclusive to the retreat in a way. I guess it's because I'm in my head comparing it to another cruise line and their luxury hotel within a ship, which which I think they do really well. Besides going to the Lumin, I didn't understand what I was paying $10,000 for. Yes, those extra amenities like the onboard credits, the prepaid gratuities, I take that all into account, and I think that's a great value that was all included. I've been looking at rates for certain sailings on the retreat, and they are way more than $10,000 for similar or even Caribbean cruises. And what are you getting? Rates have gone up. I'm not sure if it's the values there, and it's nothing that they did wrong. They didn't upset me in any way. They didn't I didn't leave there feeling, oh, this is a terrible cruise, because we had a great cruise. I loved our cruise. But I also didn't feel, wow, this is amazing. I would absolutely pay for this again. That is extra money that we have to put together to make it happen. I love that we experienced it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna rush to do another retreat stay. If I had to do another suite stay, it wouldn't probably be on the Celebrity, unless I was getting a great deal. It has to be a great deal and the stars have to align, but I just didn't see the value. There's just something missing, that personalized touch, those little small details. And you know, when you're expecting a luxury stay, that's what you want. And apparently you do get some of that if you stay on the higher suites, but $20,000 or more, I don't think so. I hope you found this video helpful in any way. Like I said, this is our experience and I just wanted to share. But if I missed anything and you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below, or you can join my Tasty Cruises Facebook group and ask me there.